Hi everyone. Here today to show you how to get your book started. So we're going to need a sheet of paper that's going to be a fairly long one because when we make an accordion book where we back and forth the pages, you really need a long sheet to make it any kind of length. So I'm using the piece of paper from my pad. I think it's about 16 by 20, I'm not sure, something like that. And the first thing I'm going to do is to fold it in half, skinny ways. So this book is going to be not very wide, but it's going to be very long. And I'm just using my thumbnail to crease it, but you can do whatever you'd like. You can tear it. If you're good at doing that, you can tear it right along the edge, the way I'm doing right now, or you can cut it. It doesn't really matter. The edges aren't all that important. So now we've got these two pieces of paper. They are narrow and long, and we're going to glue them together right at the seam. So this is where you would want to use your soft gel matte medium or a heavy gel matte medium. This is acrylic medium. Acrylic mediums are great glues. Once they're down, they never go anyplace. So it's a very good glue to use. You could use any kind of glue though. You could use Elmer's glue. You could even tape in the back if you'd like to, but I would really recommend gluing just because it looks a little bit better. So I'm using some of my medium here, and in this case it just does a little squeeze too, but it does come in different containers. I'm going to squeeze a little bit right along the edges, about maybe a ½ inch, right along the edge here. As you can see, I'm just putting my fingers down and spreading the glue. So you do want to give yourself a little bit of room here to make sure that it's a good seam, that the pieces of paper are nicely attached. And then just overlap your other piece of paper on top of it, maybe about that ½ inch or so. And just press really nicely down, nice and flat, and you've got a very long, skinny piece for our book. What's going to happen with this book, and you might want to add a third segment to this book, and if you don't do it right now, you can always do it in class. But I would like us to have at least the basics of the book ready to go. What's going to happen with the book is that we're literally going to make an accordion out of it. So you can just take your page and one thing you can do is use the crease as your center. So to do that, you might want to make, just wait for that glue to dry a little bit more solidly. But I'm going to just take my chances right now, and I'm going to fold right along that juncture. All right, so I'm going to fold in half. This is a really good idea to let the glue dry first, but we'll do the best we can here. I'm going to just fold it in half, and in my case, it's overlapping a little bit where we glued. So you can see 1/2 of my overlap is just on one side. There, and I just make sure that that's nice and flat before we move forward. So as I said, it's not a bad idea to let that glue dry a little bit longer before you start folding it. So we have once in half. Then we're just going to fold it again in half. This is so that you get your pages pretty even, right? So we're going to fold it in half one more time. And now we're going to fold it in half again. So fold that in half. And now we have the beginnings of our book format anyway. We're going to open it up. And then what you're going to do is just fold it back and forth right on those creases. Back and forth, just like an accordion. simple book. What's a book? Simply a series of artwork that kind of hangs together. That can be a book, and you can put them together in a box. You can do, you can literally make a little book like we're doing here. There are many different ways. So we've got an accordion book, and that's what I would like for you to have ready to go for next week.